Man, something I was just thinking about. Yeah, I think AD is miserable in Dallas because I'm starting to think that he probably is. I mean, now he haven't said anything, obviously, but just put yourself in his shoes as a human being. Forget the basketball, right? Even though that's what it's tied to. Just put yourself in the shoes as a human being. You're playing for a franchise that you think you're going to retire in LA, sunny LA, right? You think you're the cornerstone of this team. You think that they finally hear what you said in an interview where you say, we just want a big. We were at our best when I had a big next to me and I was able to play at the 4. You think you do this interview with Sean, which is going to get you closer to that goal so we can get back to championship form, hopefully before Bron retires. Only to find out a few weeks later what you thought didn't even sound right. Blockbuster trade that you were part of on the wrong side of in history, that you're being traded to a team you didn't ask to be traded for, or to rather, for a guy that's a fucking perennial all-star in his prime. And you're still in your prime, but you're on the lower end of your prime. To Dallas, which is a beautiful city. I love Dallas, right? But it ain't LA. Now, the cool thing is you're on a team that on paper has a chance to win a championship. But when you get there, Derek Lively's already in a boot, but you think it's okay because you still got Gafford, right? Then you got AD. Then you got Kyrie. You got a great coach. You can win a championship. Lively supposed to come back at some point, right? Now AD gets hurt in the very first game that he plays in, even after he is showing them, I'm here. But now you're not. Then shortly after that, Gafford, knee turns into Swiss cheese. Freak accident, freak play. Then after that, Kyrie tears ACL out for the year. Same game, Jaden Hardy fucks up his ankle. Same game, Prosper fucks up his wrist. The Mavs have 7 players on their roster. Klay Thompson goes to this team thinking that he's going to be playing with Luka and Kyrie for a championship. Now Klay Thompson may arguably be the best player on the team. He's on the lower end of his career. Past his prime, though. So when you think about all of that shit, I ask you this again. Do you think that AD sits there? And not even to mention, all this has happened to you. And when you're sitting at home because you're injured, your team is riddled with injury, and you're watching the Lakers play and you see that they're thriving without you. And you were supposed to be this franchise cornerstone piece for this team that was never going to leave. And now they're doing better without you than they have in years. Winning 18 or 22 games on an 8-game winning streak, which was closed by the Celtics last night. That's fine. Right? Did a video on that already. But you're watching them essentially thrive in a way that they haven't done in a long time, even when you were there. The human in him has to see those things and hear what people are saying and saying how Luka is essentially better than him and he's younger than him and the upside is there, which may be true. But the human in him, how do you think that makes this man? You can't help but to feel away. And then being injured, and now they're talking about sitting AD down for the rest of the year because it's just pretty much not worth it to finish it out and risk a more serious injury because more than likely he's going to have to play heavier minutes. Obviously, take on more of the offensive load, which clearly his body isn't built for. He can't help but feel away. He can't help but be salty. Luka's being embraced by LA, not that LA disrespected him, Anthony Davis, right? Laker Nation never disrespected Anthony Davis because we know what a legend he is, and he'll get his jersey hanged up in the rafters of LA, and probably in New Orleans too, right? We got a ring with LA. Like you're cemented in the books as one of the great LA bigs. But he got to feel away, man. That gotta suck to give your all to something and to someone, into an organization. And it's business, but for them to trade you And most people thought that the Lakers would get worse in a lot of areas. But not only did we get better in those areas, we got better overall. When you gave up what you thought was your franchise cornerstone piece, but you got another one in return, true enough. But you didn't think it was going to look this good. You didn't think the Lakers would be this good. You didn't think the Lakers would be a number 2 seed. And I honestly believe if AD was still here, we would be tinkering with that sixth, fifth, sixth, seventh range because that team just wasn't that good. They were pretty good. We were mediocre. JJ got the best out of them, especially when you got Dorian Finney-Smith. But I don't think we would be anywhere near second in the West. Is what I'm saying. I don't think we would be on a 8-game win streak at one point. I don't think we would have won, 19 of 23 games at one point. I just don't think that would happen, right? And so, man, AD, I hope you know, man, you a legend. Don't let this shit beat you up, man. It's just part of the game, as you already know. And even though Lakers are doing better without you, man, we really wish you was still here. And I think if he was there with this team, we will really be unstoppable. Hopefully he gets back healthy and all of the Mavs get back healthy because you don't want to wish injury on anybody, man. But I just wanted to make a video because I just thought about that, like just stepping in his shoes, man, his big ass shoes. That must suck to be uprooted from your place, your home with your family, and move to another place where you go from what you thought would be a contending team, even though you got moved, which sucked. But you were on a contending team to now everybody that was going to make it a contending team is pretty much out for extended amount of time, and now you're out for quite a while. And they talking about sitting you down for the rest of the season. It almost has to feel like a season wasted when you don't have many years left. And that's all I was thinking about. And I know that must suck. And so I hope you good, AD, and praying for you, man. And it sucks. It does. I love y'all so much, man. Peace.